ओम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपः। We are taking the 33 verse of Srimad Bhagavad Geeta chapter 3. By the grace of Almighty Omnipresence Master Sachidananda Paramatma, which has many names in many countries, He is the one existence, He is the one God, He is the omnipresence, He is Almighty. My dear friend, the Krishna is telling to Arjuna about the natural karmas, natural activities. And in all the natural karmas, there is no any participation of you, that is the participation of the nature. The nature's intensity pressurize you to do the karmas. Sadarsham cheshtate swasyaha prakarterjnanavanapi prakartim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Sadarsham cheshtate swasyaha prakarte jnanavanapi prakartim yanti bhutani nigraham kim karishyasi. Sadasham, according to the cheshtate, do the actions and activities. Swavasya, it means inner, your own nature. Prakarte, it means by the nature. Jnanavana, it means the enlightened master. Api, also. Prakratim, it means to the nature. Yanti, it means they get. It means they also do the karmas by the effect and the force of the nature. Bhutani, it means all living beings. Nigraha, it means you cannot stop. Kim, how? Karishyati, how can that can be stopped? My dear friend, that is a very clear verdict of the Krishna. All the living beings, and they are living in the nature, and they have their own fixed behavior, and they are all do all the karmas by the forcefulness of the nature. Even the enlightened person also, he has also his nature, and he do the karmas according to his nature. Then after, how can you be the rigid and how can you stop the karmas? Nobody can stop the karmas. My dear friend, the Sadguru Sachidananda Paramatma, the master of the millions universes and the billions of galaxies uncountable, is telling to the Arjuna, because the master Sachidananda Paramatma is only one consciousness. He is only one knowing. He is only one omnipresence existence. He is only one divine love of this world. He is only one life. You see the life in different animals, humans, other and other, but that is the one life. He is the ocean of consciousness, because all consciousness comes only by the Satchidananda Paramatma. And he came on the earth in his different forms. His biggest coming is avatara, like the Rama, like the Krishna, like the Shiva, like the many avatara, Narsingha, Bhaman, Kapil. But he always presents on this earth in the form of the Sadguru, in the form of the Master. So the Satchidananda Paramatma is telling to the Arjun and giving all the teachings to all humans and all lovers and seekers of the world. Satchidananda Paramatma is telling, my dear Arjun, as I told you in the previous stanzas, that prakriya, the activities, that is the character of the nature. So all the activities, all the actions, they comes by the nature, and the doer is the nature. You are not doer. The soul is not doer. The nature is doer. And the nature is the different in the different type of living beings. That nature, that doing is depend on the base and the physical body and the mental body and the causal body's status. And because all the living beings is made by the same material, that material is called Panch Mahabhuta, 5 bunch of elements. So the body is made by the same materials of all the living beings, but some body has a special combination of this type of 5 bunch of elements, and some has good balance and some have not good balance. That's why the body is dead, but internal micro body having the 3 gunas, having the special nature, having the activity, having the recordings, having the many type of the internal characters, and goes to the another body. So this affect, these gunas, these are not in you, these are in the nature. You are a pure and purest soul, but you are unnecessarily involved in these nature's conspiracy or nature's illusion or nature's mesmerism or hypnotism. When the Krishna is telling these things are not me, that me means you, because your soul is the Krishna, your soul is the Rama, your soul is the Satchidananda, your soul is the purest, pure and purest, because that can be not involved with, even with the sky, that cannot be touched even with the space, that cannot be touched with the water, that cannot be touched with the earth, that cannot be touched with the fire, that cannot be touched with anything, because that is untouched, separate, completely detached presence of existence, and that is God living inside of you. My dear friend, now you can understand what Krishna wants to tell in this stanza. The Krishna is telling that you, all the living beings on this earth, they have their particular nature. The snake that have particular nature. If the snake is poisonous and he will be white to anyone, even he kiss with the love to anyone, that will be die. If the snake is non-poisonous and if he will die to anyone, white to anyone, the person will not die, but he can create a great fear, because the person do not know He know that snake always poisonous. He do not know that this snake is not poisonous. But by the fear, person will die. So the nature of a snake is different. The nature of rat is different. Nature of crocodile is different. Nature of scorpion is different. Nature of elephant is different. Nature of lion is different. Nature of deer is different. Nature of bird is different. And nature of human is different. Even in the human, there is a different type of nature in the human. Somebody kill the animal and somebody don't want to kill the animal. Somebody hurt to some person and somebody don't want to hurt any person. Once upon a time, a monk was bathing in the bank of the river. There was a scorpion was floating in the water and monk was very merciful. So the monk take the scorpion and put the bank on dry land. The scorpion cut the monk, penetrate his dung on the monk, and monk don't care, and monk was bathing, bearing the pain of his scorpion bite. After the scorpion is slipped into the water again, and monk take scorpion again and put him the dry land, and again scorpion bite to the monk. A person was seeing this. When 3 or 4 times monk do this, the person asked to the monk, why are you doing this foolishness? He is giving you the injection of the poison and you are saving him. So the monk say, this is my life because I am merciful and this is his nature. He do not know that he has a poisonous dung. He only loves me like that. So my dear friend, when you throw the stones on the tree never return the stones to you. They always give you the fruit. That is the nature of the trees. And that is the nature of you. Anyone give you the fruits, you throwing the stone on them. So this type of person in the world, you will be found. They unnecessarily give you the trouble. Even you give them love, but they give trouble in the name of the love. They have no love. They are loveless person. So my dear friend, the Krishna is telling here, the fixed nature of the person, and that is count in his behavior. But I am giving you the example in the human also. A girl love with a boy very honestly, but boy never loved that girl. He want to use that girl and throw, but that he do not know what will be happen with the heart of that girl. So I tell to my disciples, never care the loveless persons, and never be worried about loveless persons, because they can only break your heart. They have no love, they have no mercy, they have no intelligence, they have no care. Because the person who is living in the mind, intellect, mood and ego, he cannot love to anyone. Because the mind is selfish, intellect is selfish, mood is changeable, and ego is very arrogant nature. So only and only if you want to love anyone, that the person who can do the meditation, who can stand in meditation, who can see the mind, intellect, mood and ego, he can give you love. Even many persons come to the Sadguru and they run away because they do not do the meditation. They do not come out from the conspiracy of mind, intellect, mood and ego. So my dear friend, the Krishna is telling in this stanza that all 3 gunas and their natural effect, I have described already the gunas' natural effect. The Sato guna and Rajo guna and Tamo guna, they have their own natural effects. They have their own symptoms. They have their own activities. And the concentration of these gunas, the effect of these gunas, they make the nature of the person and the nature of the animal and the nature of particular living being. but they are not in you, because you are completely detached from all the nature. You are the master of the nature. You are not the slave of the nature. So my dear friend, the four antakarana, mind, intellect, mood and ego, and their capability and their activity and their thinking power and their reaction ability, these are all resulting totality and total effect of these things. They made the nature of a person or nature of an animal. How will be that living being? What he can do and what he will do, and where he will go after the death, and when he will be die, and how he will be die, or how he will be live in this world. These are decided by this cluster of things. My dear friend, by all these cluster, his knowing senses, taking all the stimulation of the nature, and his knowing senses, they goes to his journey, their journey, and his knowing senses, they get the power, they get the intention, they get the attraction, and they get the inputs by this type of cluster of internal presence. My dear friend, the sensory organs, stimulations, in motor activities, in coming activities, the micro micro acceptance, they are all depend on this cluster of these things as I describe. My dear friend, which quality of their micro ability and which type of their idleness and which type their bluntness, these also decide by this cluster of your physical materialistic structures. My dear friend, the Gyanendriya, it means the knower senses, they have their own capacity, they have their own ability, they have their own keenness, and these are the keenness, these are the capacity, these are the capability, that is all decided by the factors, cluster of these factors, and even the sensibility and the feelings and the acceptance of the feelings, these are also depend on this cluster of the total effective causes. So this type, the nature is working in everyone, in every living beings, according to his sensory organs, activities, ability of activities, and the Rajoguna, Tamoguna and Satoguna. My dear friend, you remember the basic engine of the activities is Rajoguna. Basic engine of the demonic actions, that is the Tamoguna, and basic engine of all the goodness and soberness and every good norms, that is the engine is the Satoguna. So my dear friend, you are not Rajoguna, you are not Tamoguna, you are not Satoguna. By this principle of the Krishna, that is a very, very deep principle. This is a top psychological principle. Nobody can define this principle in the psychology, because the arrogant head, the psychologist, they do not accept the Indian masters, they do not accept the Indian masters' views in the psychology. My dear friend, I want to tell you that Krishna is telling the highest knowledge of internal feelings, internal activities, and ways of all the activities and ways of the circulation of these universes and the galaxies, because this principle is also applied on the galaxies, on the planets, on the stars, and on the universes. My dear friend, as the principles governed by the universes, but you do not know these are principles govern of you also. So the cloudy atmosphere, the old person feel muscle pain in their body. So the lunar effect comes to the ladies. So then the gravity effect come to the animal. So this all world is governing by the nature's direct and indirect effect. If any person is very, very sensitive, that person will be very, very keen, because the sensitive person is better than non-sensitive person. The loving person is better than the cruel person. The merciful person is better than the hard-hearted person. So the mercy, the love and the sensibility, that is very, very helpful in the enlightenment, because they brings inside of you the keenness, the micro ability. So the 5 sensory organs subject, they are affect more and more, and he can experience everything in the micro, in the very, very keenness. My dear friend, this keenness, this sensibility may be a cause of your sorrow, but don't care. You are the best person in this world because you are a sensible person. The sensibility sometimes brings the tears in the eyes. The sensitivity sometimes brings the sorrow in the heart, but don't care in this thing. This sensibility, this keenness will be converted into the meditation, then you will be get liberation and you will be get Atma Jnana. In the comparison to those persons, they are not sensible, they are cruel, they are no merciful, they have no feelings, they have no love, they are the cattle and slave of the Maya. My dear friend, don't worry. Only the butcher not cutting the animals, but this nature also cutting the animals, because a person who is not accept the teaching of the master, that nature catch him, and nature has a very, very big knife. Nature has a very, very big causes of the death. Nature has a many hell-like lives in their prison, in their jail. So my dear friend, I want to tell all these cluster, all these I want to repeat, all these cluster of your physical body, your 3 gunas, your 4 antakarna, your capability, your reaction power, your thinking power, your activities, endurance, your keen observations, and many things you have inside, that is responsible about your nature, and nothing is responsible about your nature. The God is not responsible about your nature. You yourself is responsible of your nature. When you put in a computer many unnecessary things, then easily your computer will be hanged, because the capacity of computer is limited. As when you putting the many experience, unnecessary experience in your life from the millions years, from the millions of birth, then you are the total result of that accumulation of your own experiences. Your own karmas, so your own experiences, so your own causes are responsible for your pain and pleasure. So my dear friend, do not backward to the God. God is very merciful. God never give you the pain, because God is completely detached from the nature, and you are also complete detached from the nature, but you are living in the blindness, but you are living in the ignorance, but you are living in the darkness, and you are living in the dreams, and you are sleeping, you are not awaking in the God, you are living in the nature, you are living in the world, so you will be affected by the worldly factors, pain and pleasure and sorrow and tears and so and so and so. So my dear friend, that is the nature of everyone, the fixed nature of everyone, and everyone is compelled, he is helpless. The nature push that person or that animal in the fixed pattern of his nature. You remember that lion cannot eat the grass and the cow cannot eat the flesh, because the lion's nature not allowed to eat the grass, and the cow nature and goat nature and the nature of wildebeest or nature of deer, that is not allowed to eat the animal's flesh or bones. My dear friend, this is the structure of his internal nature and outer body. So my dear friend, if a person is taking the birth in the cow, that he is responsible, and if a person is taking the birth of the lion, that he is responsible. If a person is taking the birth of a human, that he is responsible, because his accumulation of the karmas and impression of the karmas and the capability of the karmas and many type of his own collection of the nature by the natural living in many birth, that is responsible. So the Indian person says that is the karma theory. This is the karma theory. I tell this is not karma theory. This is the theory of foolishness, because you can be enlightened, you can be aware within a second, but you don't want to leave your nature. You want to impose on you all others' work. You are nothing doing, but nature is doing, but you think you are doing. So this foolishness is giving you a foolish confidence, a wrong confidence, a wrong faith, a wrong decision, a wrong blindness inside of you, but you are Sachidananda Paramatma. 100% humans cannot be enlightened, because they cannot get this Buddhatva or the saint-like life, because their nature is not allowed them, because their nature pushing them in the worldly activities, because they are living in the tamoguna, because they are living in the penthasm, in the idleness, in the sleepiness, in the slow reaction. They are living in the unconsciousness. They are living in the bhaundupana. Bhaundupana, it means the foolishness. They are living in the cowardness. They are living in the depression type. They are living sadness. They are reacting very slow. They are not capable, and they have no skillfulness. They have the not exact clear cut mind, so they cannot understand the teaching of the Sadguru. So many internal inertias, many internal disabilities, they are pushing this person into the ignorance, into the blind life of the Maya, into the falling life in the different type of birth and death cycle. My dear friend, and the second type of persons, they have the Rajogun. Then they what do? They pump and show. They demonstrate themselves. They are the efficient in the working. They do the fast work. They want to possessiveness. They want to governance. They want to become the controller of the societies. They want to, while they become the violent person. They become the ignorant. They want to become angry person. They want to become lustful person. They do the crime against men and women. They do the snatching. They do the dacoitness, they do the conspiracies, they do the rogueness. So these are comes by the Rajoguna. My dear friend, this type of Rajoguni persons, they want to control all the means. They don't want to give anything to anyone. They want to accumulate lot of money. They want to accumulate lot of houses. They want to accumulate lot of women in their harem. So my dear friend, this type of persons, they are called Rajoguni, and their thoughts going on very fast. Their decision is very quick. They do anything for their possessiveness. They can cut human like an animal. So they are a Rajoguni. Because they are very, very fast become anger. They become disappointed very fast. They become enemy very fast. They become upset very fast. They are come against you very fast. These are the character of the Rajoguna. My dear friend, the Satoguna is the dominancy of Satoguna is they are merciful, they are blissful, they are friendly, they are pure, they give the donations, they do the help to others, they want to welfare all the persons, they want to give the assistance to other persons, they are living like a peaceful, they are giving pardon very easily. But the Satoguna persons has a very hard ego, that is ego more than hard than stone. So the Satoguni also never can enlighten, but Satoguni is better than all Rajoguna and the Tamoguna, because their ego like a laser beam. That ego is so painful and so sharp that he cut anything of this world. Even they can deny the master in their Satogunas. So my dear friend, the Satoguni person's rigidness is like a diamond ridge. Diamond is the very hard element of this world. So my dear friend, that is the very, very big drawback in the enlightenment of the Satoguni persons. My dear friend, nobody is living in the pure Satoguna, nobody is living in the pure Rajoguna, nobody is living in the pure Tamoguna, and there is the mixing, there is the mixture, there is the khichdi, so there is the ratio, there is a ratio between the Rajoguna, Samoguna and Satoguna. 1:2, 1:3, 3:1, 3:2, 3:4, 1:2, any ratio. You read in the mathematics. So my dear friend, I want to tell the many types of the different types of the person living in the world, and they are the combination of these three gunas. And there is a very rarest person you can found with the pure gunas. The pure tamoguna person you will found that will be a great devil like the Ravan. The pure rajoguna person you will found that is a great king or the great administrator. And pure Satoguna person you will found, and that is the Buddha, Mahavira, Gautam, and masters and other persons. Outside the only the you can see them in the master, this type of quality, but they are very rare and rarest. But the saints always live beyond all three gunas, because the saint knows they are not the nature, they are not the guna, they are not the sensory organs, they are not the matter, they are not the panchbhuta, they are not the part of this cluster. So Sant, the enlightened masters, they live separate from all these gunas, and the Krishna is telling a very miraculous thing here. He is telling even the saint, even the masters, they also do the work in the force of the nature. My dear friend, I am asking you a question. A saint is hungry, he want to food. You pull the sant in the river, he will be float in the water. If he do not want to swim or river is fast, he will be go away in the water. If the sant you pinch all pin to the Sant body, the blood will come. So that this is the meaning of Krishna is that because Sant also, because they are living in the body but they are detaching, but they are like behave as an other person behave. But Sant is very, very good enlightened persons. They do the actions and activities but for the welfare of the mankind. They always merciful for the living beings. They love all the persons very nicely and they help all the persons by their spiritual enlightenment, and they give the solution in the problems of every person by their intellect of the divinity. My dear friend, this whole world is the shrub of the spines. Please be careful in this world. Otherwise the spines will penetrate your body and they can only give the pain. My dear friend, only Sant can give the pleasure. Otherwise all person will be give you pain only. Only Sant can give you the love. Other person will give you the hate in the form of the love. The Sant only can help you. The other persons and they will cheat you in the name of love and the name of help. So my dear friend, the Krishna is telling here in this stanza, the Gyanis, the enlightened masters and the blind persons, they are do karmas by their according to their activities, according to their nature. Their activities comes out as they are inside. They have the nature like that. So my dear friend, that's why the enlightened masters, you will find they are very loving, helping, very polite, very humble and very, very merciful. But other person is not like that. So my dear friend, this is the flow of the nature. And everyone is doing in this flow according to his cluster of the nature inside. My dear friend, the Gyanis, the enlightened masters knows this nature. They always live in the detachment and they do the karmas according to their duties and according to the disciples' ability. So this message is very precious. This message comes from the Gyanis. That is the message of enlightenment. This is the message of complete and highest welfare, because the Gyanis also take the food and you also take the food. But Gyani do not take food like you. And Gyani never take the hardly digestive food. Gyani always take the vegetarian food. Gyani never take the non-vegetarian food. Gyani take the fresh food. Gyani do not take the old food which is putting in your fridge or refrigerator. Gyani always take the pure food. He will not take the food which is eaten by any other. And Gyani is a very, very pure person. He is person, not person. He is the existence in this world. So my dear friend, the Agyani also take the food. The blind person also take the food, and he take the food adverse the Gyani. He take the food, he can food anything, cosmopolitan food, he can take intercontinental food, he can take the seafood, he can take the non-vegetarian food. So my dear friend, the spicy food and the hardly digestive food and food according to his activity, food according to his lust in increasing food, and he can take the impure food also, and he can take the old food also. All the packaged food, that is old food. I do not suggest to take the packing food to anyone. My dear friend, the Gyani's food only for the survive of the life and doing his work, but Agyani's food is taking by the test of the tongue, and he take the salty and pepper and sweet and different type the spicy food. My dear friend, the Jnani speak with the peacefulness, with the melodiousness, with the blissfulness, but Ajnani speak unpleasantness, egoistic, and painfulness. And the Ajnani always speak with the hate or the affection, but Jnani speak without hate or affection, because Jnani is the impartial person in this world. My dear friend, so in the activities of the Ajnani, you can see the Jnani is walking like a God-like walking, very nice walking like a small dancing walking. But Ajnani is walking, you see, that he is walking like a haste, like a fastness, like a unpleasantness, and Ajnani walk like a wild animal, but Jnani walk like a swan. My dear friend, the Jnani's walking is no deviation like a Ajnani. Ajnani walk like a drinker tun in the alcohol, and he is very unstable. And the Jnani never do any meaningless activities, and Ajnani always do the meaningless activities. You see Ajnani in the market, they were reading the unnecessary signing board of the shops. They are moving their hands on the seat of a scooter, bike and other. They are going like a mad person. But you see the Jnani, they will go straight. They want to do only and only which activity is necessary. Ajnani sleep in the night with the dreams and many fear and very many type of the fearful dreams, but Jnani sleep in the yoga nidra. Jnani sleep with the awareness. So Jnani always awaken in the sleep also in his existence. Ajnani's sleep is like a unconsciousness, but Jnani's sleep is a conscious sleep. Ajnani sleep with the sensory organs hungers, and their the dreams comes like that. So you can see the Ajnani's dream. Somebody is talking in the sleeping condition, opening the mouth, moving the tongue, moving the fingers, but they are sleeping, but they are not sleeping, because they are also tired in the sleeping. They are also something doing in the sleeping. So my dear friend, if you are a keen in the seeing, if you have a keen observation, then you can see the Jnani and you can see the Ajnani. They are living in the same platform, but their living is completely different. One is living in awareness and second is living in the phantasma of the Maya. So my dear friend, in the conclusion of this stanza, the Krishna is telling that the Jnanis and Ajnanis, enlightened person and non-enlightened person, they are living according to their nature, and they are doing according to their nature. And the Ajnani is doing all the activities as a puppet, as a slave of the Maya. He is a slave, he is compelled, he is unable, he is not have its own independency, but the Jnanis, every work is completely swimming on the Maya. He never sink in the Maya, he never puppet of the Maya, he is already detached from the Maya. So the Ajnanis, they sink in the karma's theory and karma's path, but Jnani never sink in the karma's path. That's why the Jnani never comes on this earth again. They free from the death and birth cycle, but Ajnani again and again comes in the birth and death cycle. So the karmas cannot affect on the Jnani, the nature cannot affect on the Jnani, but the nature and karmas can affect on the Ajnani. So the Krishna is telling the nature is equal for all Jnani and Ajnani, but Jnani knows how to live in the karmas, but Ajnani do not know how to live in the karmas. So the chance is given by the existence both of persons equal opportunity, but Jnani using the opportunity and Ajnani never using the opportunity. In the last Krishna is telling, nobody can be rigid. Nobody can stop this nature's activity. If you try to stop, the nature will corrupt your sensory organs. If you try to stop, you will die like a dog which is going in under the cart. So my dear friend, if you are putting the hand on a gear, the hand will cut. So my dear friend, if you are putting hand in the fire, you will be burned. So the nature, you cannot stop the nature. You cannot stop the flood of the river. You cannot stop the volcano. You cannot stop anything. And in your inside of your body, you cannot stop anything. I see many yogis. They cannot stop the death. They will die one day. They cannot stop their hairs. They turn in the white. So my dear friend, if you want to learn by this stanza, you should be make your life according to the master's instruction. Then master will give you a very good balance in the life. Then you will be float on this river of the Maya like a boat. You will not sink inside. Thank you very much. Love you very much. I want to give you some information about this meditation. If you do this meditation of awareness only 4 or 5 months, you will become completely tension free. There will be no any tension in your life. Because this meditation is the great medicine to eradicate the tension and worries. Then when you will become the tension free, my dear friends, the diabetes, angina, heart attack, blood pressure, failure of the organ, nervous system breakdown, and the organ disorder, they will not come in your life. It is a very big achievement of this meditation. Because this meditation is a completely prevention package of your physical health. You will not go in the physical hospitals, operation theaters, ICUs, diagnosis centers, hospitals, medical stores. If you do honestly this meditation 70 minutes per day, that you will be healthy all the life physically. Second thing is that when you do this meditation, by this meditation you see your breathe, you see your thoughts, and then you will become a very keen observer. Then any type of things come in your mind, whether that is the fear, then you will not caught in the phobia. Because my dear friend, by this keen observation, you will become an observer of the phobia, like you are seeing the horror picture and the videos. So you will not become you will not caught in the disease of the phobia. Second thing is that if you do this meditation of awareness, then any guilt cannot come in your mind, and you will not caught in the mania. When you do this meditation, your brain become completely burdenless, free from tensions and worried. Then you will never caught in the schizophrenia. When you do this meditation, this is the greatest positive meditation of the world. Then you will not go in any depression. You will not care the loveless persons. You will not shocked. You cannot break down. You will not nervous break down. So my dear friend, if you are doing this meditation, you can prevent and you can save yourself from every type of mental diseases. Every type of mental diseases. So this meditation brings you as well as physically strong, and as well as this meditation make you the mentally strong person. My dear friend, when you do this meditation of awareness, Sakshi, then the anger is coming inside of you. The irritation comes inside of you. You can see the anger, you can see the irritation, and you separate yourself from all irritation and all anger. So you cannot involve in any type of crime like cutting, beating, fighting, murder, and shooting, shouting, any type. And then you will not go in the police station. You will not go in the judiciary or the court. You will not go in the jail, and there is no need of any bail, and your respect will be very, very safe in your society. What a precious meditation I am giving to this world. Third thing I want to say, when you do this meditation, then any type of greediness comes inside of you. You will not caught in the greediness. You will not take any wrong money to anyone. You will not caught in the conspiracy of economic crime. You will not take robbery. You will not take robbery. You will not take commission. You will not inspire by any wrong person, by the wrong activity for the money, like drug tracking, alcohol tracking, hawalas, money tracking. You will not caught in these things, my dear friend. So this meditation brings internal morality in your life. The other morality is taught by the other person from the books, schools, and religious activities, but these are all fails. The well-educated person, the highly educated person, they are involved in the corruption. The very, very good monks and the well-established monks, they are involved in the collection of the money by the bad meanings, and they are making the fool their disciples for asking the money. And my dear friend, the persons, and they are reading in the schools, they are teaching to the students, they are all corrupt. They are also corrupt, not all corrupt, they are also corrupt. They are pressurizing student for money and their work and other. So your all institutions, they are completely fail to make a person a moral person. But this instrument will not fail. This meditation will bring the internal honesty and internal morality in every person. And my dear friend, then this world will be free from all the economic crime and economic corruption. The third thing I want to take. All of you knows, the human body has two hormones. One is testosterone, this is the male hormone. One is progesterone, this is the female hormone. And these hormones are responsible for the lust, for the sexual crime, for the crime against women or crime against men. But they are not meditating. But my meditator, when he meditate, he will see the lust and separate from the lust. He will not involve in any type of crime, like a rape, like a kidnapping, like a beating of women, like a selling of the woman, like a kidnapping of the woman, or the woman also do not involve in the conspiracy against the men. So the lust will go by this meditation, and love will remain. The lustless love is the real love. The lustless love is the divine love. And that is the divine love. There is divine love, there is no ego. When the wife says anything, the husband is agree. The husband says anything, the wife is agree. So this lustless love, divine love will be change you from inside. And my dear friend, I want to tell, this lustless love is the love from the God. This is the godly love. So when we will spread the godly love, there is a love, there is no ego. There is ego, there is no love. If you have love, you have no ego. If you have ego, that means that is not divine love. So the egoless love is the real love. We will spread all over the world by this meditation. So the person will become loving, person will become honest, person will become angerless, crimeless, and violenceless. That this type of person will make a very good family, and then the good family will bring a good society, and bring a good society will make a good nations. When the nations will good, they will be loving, they will be brotherhood, there will be understanding, there will be no need of any war, there is no need of any fighting, because they can solve their problem on the negotiation table. They have no need of atom bombs, they have no need of neutron bombs, they have no need of warheads like gun carriers, missiles, smart bombs, fleets, tanks, submarines, torpedoes. There is no need of these things. So the great money will be saved, and there is no need of biggest infrastructure of army. We can put a common army all over the world for the demons and the rascals, because the demons and rascals, they will not hear your any advice or any teachings, because they are closed brain person. They do not understand anything. They talk politely, but in inner side they are very dangerous person. So for the demons and rascals, in the very beginning when the Rama came, he killed the Ravan. When the Krishna came, he killed the demons and rascals. And every time the demons rascals are present in a new form. So a world peace army, that will be very necessary. And then the United Nations organization will be very effective, because there is no veto power. There is equality. All the nations are brothers and sisters. They can come and gather in equal platform. They can put their problems. So we can change this world by this meditation. And then this money will be accumulated when the physical hospitals, mental hospitals, many institutions, that money will be used in the welfare of this mother planet. When in Namibia, Ethiopia, any country, there is no food, we can supply the food. We can give them, make them shelter. We can give them cloth. We can give them good education. We can give them services. We can grow the plant and the forests. We can not caught in the blind competition of industrialization. We can fix the criteria for every country for the production for the necessary goods. And then the blind competition of industrialization will stop. Then the global warming will be stopped. When, because the greenhouse gases, and they will be reduced, then we can easily repair the ozone layer, our ecology, we can save our species, we can save our animals, we can save the persons on this planet, and we will come out from all the foolishness. We will be living in awareness, we will be live in the love, my dear friend. Seeing this all type of benefit of this meditation, I decide I will make this meditation as a mission in this world. So my mission is world peace by meditation, and my instrument is meditation of awareness. And there is no any prejudiceness of any caste and creed and religion. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Parsi, Yahudi, anyone can do this meditation, because this meditation is not bounded with any religion. This is a spiritual science invention, like a wristwatch, like a mobile phone, like a fountain pen, like a telephone and other car and motorcycle. This is an invention of spiritual science. This is a non-religious meditation, non-prejudice meditation. No nationality will come as a hurdle in this meditation. No any type black and white, and there is no any hurdle of religion. There is no any type of differentiation, male, female, child, old person. No, this is completely global religion for all humans. So we put a mission on us, and me and my disciple and my lovers and my seekers and my well-wishers. We will do this service for all over the world. The name of mission is World Peace by Meditation. My dear friend, so we are organizing an international meditation camp, the 5th meditation camp in New Delhi, 24 July 2016. And the 13th November in the New Jersey, a representation of meditation. And 17 November 2016, and there will be a whole day meditation camp in the Puerto Rico, the city Mayagüe. I am very, very grateful to the father of that church, which is giving me the church for the meditation teaching. What a great symptom of acceptance. They are no any feeling orthodox. They are opening their heart to me. My dear friend, the third meditation camp will be held in the Puerto Rico on 22 November. In between of 17 and 22 November, there will be a very nice seminar. There will be the sixth subject, the good parenting, the herbal medicine, the vegetarian food, the without chemical fertilizer food, my meditation also, and many subjects in the 2-day seminars. My dear friend, in the end of November, the 25 November, there will be a full day meditation camp in the New York, very near the Times Square. I am very grateful the person of the Puerto Rico, government of the Puerto Rico, government of United States America, and the citizen of United States America. They are welcoming my meditation camp, a very, very nice peacemaking camp in the New York. You are all invited in their camps, in these camps. My dear friend, if you can organize, if you want to organize the camps in your city, in your country, in your place, I will come there. I don't need any fees. I don't need any gift. I don't need any money. I only need two things. First is the fear of coming there, and second is food, very simple vegetarian food. My dear friend, I am the servant of the lovers and the seekers of the God. I love you very much. I want to make many masters and many teachers of this meditation all over the world. And I want to local masters. I don't want to impose the masters from other country, because I know only local masters can understand your problems, and you can easily understand their language and their heart. I love you very much. Bless you very much. Please subscribe my channel on YouTube. Swami Sachidananda. Thank you.